Hi kids, and a Merry Christmas to you. Christmas is one of the best times of the year. We all love our decorations, and one of those decorations, of course, is the star. We love our nice shiny stars that tell us part of the Christmas story. We hang them from our trees. Sometimes we hang them up around the house, or maybe even have flashing stars outside. But who made all the stars? Not the decorations, but the real ones, like our blazing sun, which is the closest star to us and gives us life and warmth and light, everything that we need. But all the stars in the sky, only someone very great could do that. And I've got a decoration here, a Christmas decoration, to tell you who did it. It had to be someone very, very, very strong and mighty. That's what the word means. Someone strong and mighty. And that someone is God. God made everything. The earth, the sun, all the other stars, of which there are millions upon millions and millions. He made them all and put them in their place. But he also made all the creatures, all the trees and plants, and he made us. But he has a name. The Bible tells us that his name is you've probably guessed already, his name is Jesus. Mighty God Jesus. The Bible tells us, you can find it in the first few words of John's Gospel in the New Testament. Without him, nothing was made that was made. Everything was made by him. He is indeed the great and mighty God. And Christmas is when we remember his birth. And here's what happened. God didn't just leave things as they were and then forget about it. He cares. He cares, and 2,000 years ago, he started moving on the plan that he had made from the beginning. He, mighty God Jesus, did something. He'd been doing lots of things all the time, of course, keeping the world together, making the sun shine, the rains and the crops grow. But now he did the most wonderful thing. He came. Now, you might think, well, God's everywhere, and that's true. But as Jesus, he came to us in a very special way. He came down. He came down to our earth. And as you already know, it's not always a happy place. There are things that make us sad. There are things that bring tears. There are troubles and problems, as well as joys and delights. He came down to this very world. He didn't just leave us alone in a world with trouble. He came down. And when he came down, he didn't come like a blazing star. He came this way, down to earth, as a baby. A little baby, just the same way we all began. When we were little babies, we couldn't do anything. Here is the baby all wrapped up. This will be the baby Jesus, in an animal's feeding trough, because there was nowhere to stay at the time when he was born. So it seems like he was in the animal shed. And all he could do, like every little baby, was two things. He could cry and he could eat. He could cry for help if he was wet or messy or cold or too hot or hungry. And he could drink milk and grow. He came down as a baby. God, who made everything, came down to be a little baby. helpless, needing his mother Mary to feed him. That's a pretty wonderful thing for Christmas. But he didn't stay a baby. He grew up to be a man, and a man that people noticed. They loved him, for he went about always doing good. One day, when he was with a crowd of people, there were mums and dads there and children, and Jesus called the little children to himself and said, "Come to me and I will bless you." To bless means to wish the very best for that person. And Jesus, being God's Son, could make that happen because he was the one that made everything. He was only a man at that point, but more than a man, he was still God. God come to earth, God with us. He put his arms around the children and he blessed them, prayed for them, because he cares for them. He cares for them just like Mum and Dad care for you, only much, much more. Jesus cares for the children, and he cares for you and for me. And he will never leave us without a friend. He will always be there to help. All we have to do is trust in him, God's very good Son who came at Christmas. Bad things do happen, and one day he'll come back to make everything right again. But until then, he's promised to be with us always. And that's what makes Christmas so very, very special. The best time of the year, by far. May God bless you through our Lord Jesus, the one who came down. May he bless you this Christmas and make it the best Christmas ever for you.